Hey, Dr. Webb, go Bills. This Reflect and Connect is on Chapter 10, and the topic was recruitment. And right off the bat, as a string teacher, you have to be able to get new students to join your program. Whether you're the elementary school teacher or the high school, you're still focused on getting students and keeping them. And the first step is to find what students are interested in string study and recruit them. And you can do that through many different ways. When you find them, contact them, get some information, and find a way to contact the parents and inform them. And during this information phase, you should get the names of the students, parents, phone numbers, and maybe some emails so you can contact them. When it comes to choosing instruments, parents can be a large influence on the kids, and that's because they go to concerts with their parents, or the parents play a musical instrument, or the parents encourage the child to learn an instrument for the non-musical benefits. Peers are another large influence because of the social aspects of playing an instrument, but also peers can influence what instruments you pick, because gender stereotypes can play a pretty big impact in how children pick their instruments. Excuse me. In addition, professional ensembles and musicians on video can be strong motivations for children. And the demonstration of instruments by professionals also influences recruitment and what instrument a child will pick. In preparation for your recruitment, you should either learn about the existing recruitment plan, or communicate your plan to the rest of the faculty, whether it be other colleagues or principals, because they can help avoid conflicts or help you plan bigger events across schools. You should decide when recruitment starts, whether it's fall or spring, and you should prepare like a handout letter that just talks about the value of playing, college opportunities, performance opportunities, educational goals and stuff like that, and then what you want to get out of your program. And I liked the sample program brochure that it had in the book. As far as instrumental balance, you should allow your students to pick what instrument they want, but you do also have to keep a balance of instruments. If you have 20 people trying to play tuba, you have to find a way to move them around. And you can do that by recommending that they try different instruments or something similar like the baritone. The next step is the parent-student meeting. This is where you go over instrument selection, rental, conversations about the program, stuff that you can talk about with the parents. You can invite vendors and string shops to come. Also, for all this information, you can make a website, and that should include like a handbook that talks about grading, behavior, attire for you to have, for the students to have, and for the parents to read. As far as procedures go, there's a couple different. There's the demonstration method, where you show off the instruments, get students hands-on learning. You can make a website, talks about all the informational stuff, works well between schools, like if you're going from middle to high school or elementary to middle. There's the announcement method. This is the least effective because there's no demonstration or presentation. It's just orchestra needs people, and it's hard to get interest. You could also, in different classes, give like a musical aptitude test or something like that, or an interest test to get information about prospective students, but you shouldn't use the results of these tests to eliminate students from your recruitment process. There's the lecture method, where is when you can have a general music teacher include a unit on strings and play them recordings, show them pictures or actual instruments. The only drawback with this method is that you don't make first contact with the potential students. For a demonstration routine, the director, so me, would go to a school and play or show off the different instruments. You could play a piece on the instrument or a recording for each instrument. There's the performance method, use concert performances as a way to get interest. There's the hands-on technique, where your students find someone else, bring them in, teach them lessons, and then get them to recruit that way. And then as far as retention goes, excuse me, I'm sorry. As far as retention goes, that's the second battle when it comes to keeping your orchestra program alive. You need to get people in, and then you need to get them to stay. The National Orchestra retention rate, according to Hammond, Gillespie, and Bergonzi, was 73%. So you only keep 73% of the amount of students that you have. So you also need to be able to bring in new students, but keep that 73% average as high as you can, so that way the students you have stay. You can do this a few different ways. The highest influence for retention was either enjoyment, friendships, or they like the teacher. You can use that to your knowledge. Less so were like trips, family reasons, or performance opportunities. And then the different retention strategies, like I was saying, come from value and support. When your students are proud of themselves and they feel like you value them, that'll get them to stay. Admittance standards can be important too. If you have an orchestra program that is seen as more exclusive, people may feel more motivated to practice to try and get in and stay in it. It should be fair but demanding criteria for the admittance. You can have the tradition of excellence, where your group is fantastic and it sounds good, and if it performs well, students are going to want to stay. And then you also just have retention through performance venues, where you can go to local public concerts and performances, but go to regional or state orchestras, concerts with different schools, things like that. And events like this can really get other people to see and learn about your program, and also get new people interested. Next is retention through recognition of achievements, where you can give out medals or stuff, and usually for my school we'd do that at the end of each year. There's retention due to the learning environment, where it positively has an impact on the students. They like the classroom, or the environment is good. Social interaction with their peers is another thing. And overall, focusing on trying to get students into your program, and then focusing on making sure that they stay in the program, is one of the also largest goals of a string teacher. I apologize for yawning so much. I had to do the Bills game first, though. See ya.